TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Power Rooms USA, TNS Media Group. Great night of football last night, Thursday night football. We had the Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns came out on top, 24-19. This game was a real close game. This was like one of them games like you play when you were a kid with the snow on the ground, and you got to make the catches in the snow. You got to make the tackles in the snow. Pittsburgh they had this game at hand, but I think they kind of lost it down the stretch. Russell Wilson was 21 for 28, 270 yards, 1 touchdown. Warren had 11 carries for 45 yards, and Austin had 3 receptions for 78 yards. On the flip side, Jameis Winston was 18 of 27, 219 yards, no touchdown, 1 interception. Chubb did his thing, 20 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. But a lot of people kind of picked Pittsburgh to win this game. These divisional games are what I said. They're really tricky because these teams, they know you. You play them 2 times a year. You guys have a history. And this game was like one of the ones for the ages. This was one of them games, like I say, you're out in the snow and you kind of get things going. Your thoughts, man, on this game? It turned out to be, one of them winner. Snowball, snow in the face, snow in the cleats, feet cold, hands cold. One of them games. What's your thoughts on this game?
Oh, man. Good morning, Mr. Tough Feet.
Good morning, man.
Like you said, these division games, they be tough. These division games would be very tough. And Pittsburgh is actually leading this division right here with the record of 8-3, and Cleveland got a record of 3-8. But when they meet up, when these division teams, especially in this division right here, when they meet up, everybody's 0-0 to the outcome of that game. As you can see last night, my take on Pittsburgh is they got the best defense in the league to me. It'll probably be on paper that, there's other teams that got a better defense than them. But to me, just speaking, as a fan watching the sport, I think Pittsburgh got, a pretty good defense. Cleveland also has a good defense too, but I don't think it's as good as Pittsburgh's. But for Cleveland to walk away with this win, that was, it's not nothing that probably take them. They got a 3-8 record. It's not nothing that probably take them to the playoffs, but something for them to build on later on in the future. But for Pittsburgh, it's a wake-up call because they need a little offense to go with that defense. I don't know if they should have, kept Justin Fields in and, let him kept on rolling because the offense was pretty much the same with him in. But they got George Pickens really, he's their best wide receiver to me. He wants to be out there fighting because he's upset about the loss. And I understand that, tempers is flaring and, you're in the game moment. So I understand that too. But, you got to tilt your hat to Cleveland. Cleveland came in there with a game plan and they stuck to it and they came out of there with a victory. Just because you're the Pittsburgh Steelers don't mean you're supposed to go in there and you just automatically get a win. No, you got to play the game. Granted, it was, inclement weather. But this is football season, so the weather is with elements. Snow, rain, cold, very, very cold, especially out there where they're playing at. They're playing in Ohio. They're down there by that good old river that's, freezing. And Pittsburgh is used to that too, but I'm not shocked about it. I'm not shocked. Like Tawfiq said, this is a division game. Especially these 2 teams in their division, they play each other extremely hard, but for Pittsburgh, they have to produce some more, offense. The running backs, Najee Harris, which is the, lead, which is their primary running back, his output was 16 carries for 41 yards. That's not going to get it done. And then in that weather, you're supposed to lean more on that running game. And 16 for 41 yards, and then, like I said, Cleveland has the defense, so you just ain't going to just run on them either, but you got to stick to that. Yeah, Cleveland, took this and they showed Pittsburgh you can be beat. Now the question is, how long can Pittsburgh manage this? Without I think it was the last week that they just won with all field goals, no touchdowns being scored. Mm-hmm. That's shows good defense and that shows that you're strong in that field. But when you go play as the Patrick Mahomes and the other great teams in the AFC, Houston and all of them, or the Texans. And what you going to do? These teams can put up numbers. Like, your defense is only going to hold but so much. You at least can get a touchdown out your offense. And I don't think that they can sustain this and win a Super Bowl without much offense moving forward. That's something that Mike Tomlin is going to have to address, like, to the coaches and start to take a closer look at for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because out there just playing off of defense alone, these teams is playing good offensive ball nowadays. It's not back in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. These teams is actually out here. It has evolved, more so than you're seeing more offensive outputs than defensive outputs. Pittsburgh, they still carrying that defense, that what they call the steel curtain back in the day. They still, trying to line up to that, and I get that. But you got to put some points on that board with that steel curtain, or you're going to find yourself just like how you did last night. Pickens ready to fight after the game and stuff like that, Yeah, that's my, it was a good game defensive-wise from both teams, but Pittsburgh is a better team than Cleveland. And if I was making a bet last night, I'd have took Pittsburgh and lost and been upset about that, because, where's the offense at? You put up 19 points last night. You put up, 12 the week before. You got to put up some offense. It's got to be a little bit more offense in these games.
Yeah, I mean, the game was pretty close. I mean, I think the tell of the tape when a game was basically over, in my opinion, is when Cleveland went for it on 4th and 4. Winston hit Judy to get the first down, and then they took over, and then Chubb scored the touchdown on 2nd and goal with 1 minute to go. So it was really no time for them to come back, and they couldn't really do anything. So then the Hail Mary at the end didn't work out for them. Pittsburgh is still in a good spot. They still lead the division. Still got a game up on the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll see what happens. They do have the number 8 defense, but on the other side, which was big for Cleveland, was Myles Garrett. He's a man down there. He had three big sacks on I guess the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Cleveland, of course, is I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They wouldn't need a miracle to make the playoffs, but they do have some good pieces. Their quarterback went down, but he wasn't playing well anyway. But we'll see what happens. And anything else you want to add in regards to this game?
Pittsburgh, man, you got to. They wouldn't have been in that position if they scored another touchdown here. That's game. They put a touchdown on top of that 19. That's 26. That's game. They wouldn't have to worry about a person going on, 4th and 4, and that Jerry Jeudy is completing the pass, and then that type of stuff is because of you're not putting in the work to stay out of these type of predicaments. Score a little bit. We know you got the defense. Yeah. We know you got the defense.
Number 8 defense in the league currently. So, we'll see what happens going on in Pittsburgh. They do still have a great record, and they do have a good team, possibly poised to make a good playoff run. So we'll see what happens. It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment.
Well, it's your boy OT. I'm over here shopping with my dogs, Holloman, one of the hottest brands coming up out the city of Philly. Everywhere is comfortable, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking this color to represent, upcoming project, Pale Horse. You know what I'm saying? So watch out for that too. See what it is, your boy OT The Real, rocking one of the hottest up and coming brands there is, Holloman. Pale Horse coming soon. Let's go.